From the high city walls of Everesca, Peren Eliadon strode the outer walls of the Elders' Hall in deep thought. His staff and spellbook in hand, he stopped frequently to study his gilded book, while gazing out at the magic-filled landscape. Often the elite guard would stride by him and nod in solemnity, recognizing his station. He would give them a slight nod and continue his study. His thoughts on the nature of the sculpted lands, how such magic could create something so beautiful. He often wondered what it was like outside of the realms of Faerun. At his age, the natural moon elf wanderlust was at its highest. The thought of his mother and father's words always echoed in his mind.
Peren, you have a responsibility to our people as an El Leodon. We are an integral part of the governance here.
He would often sigh at the mental voice that rang through his head. After his time spent in the High College of Wizardry, his training to become a High Wizard of the Court led him to often think how the world worked. He wished to see all the realms, sit and speak with other High Wizards of the realms, learn the ways of other wizards and spellcasters. It was then that the beginning of his master plan was formed. As he entered the Elder's chamber, the guards and attendants bowed in honor. He could not help but feel weird. Although he knew that he came from a family of high position and understood the way of his people, he felt it was unnecessary. He had no issue with the lifestyle that such a position gave him, but wished people would not constantly remind him of his family's power. He wished that sometimes people would just treat him as an equal. After all, to enjoy the simple things in life is the Moon Elf's way. He strode to the steps and bowed to the elders. His mother and father sat at a long table with the other elders. They acknowledged him and motioned him to step forward.
Peren El Leodon, Lord of Silver Front, the Council of Elders acknowledges you. What do you wish to bring to us this day?
His father's voice boomed with an elegant twist.
Mother, father, and members of the wise council, I have come to you today with a request. I wish to travel to the other realms and act as an emissary for our people. I plan to study more with the great wizards, to learn the ways of others and to bring back more knowledge for our people.
Seeing the unmoving gaze analyzing him and his request made him slightly nervous. The stern looks on his parents' face was changed when the council convened in telepathic communication. After what seemed like an eternity, his mother rose.
Your request is not an unnatural one to us. To this point, your station here would conflict with this. With much discussion, it is the majority will of the council to grant you this. We expect a regular report from you in your travels and studies.
Peren's mother sat down and dismissed him. Peren briskly exited the hall, trying to hide his excitement. They bought it, he thought, leaving the hall. His giddiness was barely contained. A month later, Peren was ready to depart. He went about his quarters gathering his supplies. His pet phoenix sat on its perch, chirping away. He went over to it and patted its head.
It will be okay, Flair. You will be staying with mother and father.
The small firebird cooed softly. Peren went to the pedestal by the window, his staff sitting in its holster, the elegant designs etched into the black metal, the gems glimmering in the moonlight. His hand ran over the gilded metallic spellbook. Gods, he thought, the amount of gold it cost to get the metals and gems to make these items from the merchants. He donned his robes. The filigree, woven symbols and scenes danced with magic as he laced it up. Collecting his things, he left for his carriage. Standing at the gates of the city stood his mother and father. Their tall, slender frames stood silently. Their silver hair shone in the moonlight. He walked up and embraced his parents. His mother's handmaiden handed her an ivory box.
Take this, my son. It will help you in your journey.
Thank you, Mother. I will treasure it always.
He opened the box to reveal a silver circlet. He placed it on his head, adjusting his braids. He turned to his father, who looked at him solemnly.
Be safe, Peren, and remember your station. It will suit you well. And son, remember this. The council members are telepathic. Hopefully, this journey will remove your wanderlust and impulsive nature.
His father chuckled as he grasped his son's shoulder. With their goodbyes completed, Peren got into the carriage. His ride to the port city was a smooth ride. He took the time to study his spellbook. He found a note tucked in one of the pages written in his father's hand.
Peren, Even though your ruse to see the world and explore may have fooled the council, your mother and I were not so easily tricked. We hope you will do what you said you would and enjoy yourself. We hope your adventures will lead you to many great discoveries. Regards, Jordanian El Liadon, Elder Lord of Silver Front.
Peren arrived at the port. He peeked out of the window to see a large ship. Of course, they would send me on a naval vessel. He sighed deeply and accepted his fate. Walking down the dock, the captain came forward and bowed.
My lord, we hope to make your journey as pleasant as possible. Your wish is our command.
Thank you, Captain, but I have a request for you. Call me Peren, and please inform the crew that I do not wish to be waited on hand and foot.
Peren put on his high society voice to get his point across. The captain looked at him quizzically for a second.
As you wish, Peren.
The captain bowed again and guided Peren on board. The journey was quite an experience for Peren. He enjoyed many things: the drinking games of the sailors, fishing, and the simple swims of the sailors when the ship would anchor. As he strode off the ship and onto the docks of Rotidido, the crew lined against the side, waving and bowing. Peren turned and waved to his newfound friends.
I must write them often,
He thought. With a smile on his face, his staff, spellbook, and belongings in hand, Peren took his first steps in freedom. Shortly thereafter, Peren met Elsa outside one of the taverns, and they went together to Azam's tower, where they and several other adventurers were arrested and held for a short time before being released, only to discover that the tavern had burned down.